Hey guys, it's Alex from 7th Hour Films, back again with My Hero Academia. Last time on My Hero Academia, we had What I Can Do For Now. Day 1 at UA, which I think is called Ultra Academy. Don't quote me on that. No one has ever said, by the way. The show never said what UA stands for, but maybe like Ultra Academy? We'll see. But yeah. Last episode, it was day 1, and immediately in homeroom, taught by Shoto Aizawa, there was a quirk assessment test, because Aizawa just wanted to test everyone immediately, and whoever got the lowest score in this assessment would be expelled immediately, because he could do that, apparently. And so the pressure was on for Midoriya. Jeez, I just blanked on his name. I'm sorry. Yeah, the pressure was on for Midoriya, and the thing that he could most excel at was the ball throw, basically. And he was going to use his power of One for All, but then it's like, well, wait, if you do that, you're just going to destroy your arm, and that's going to suck. And Aizawa knew that. It's like, if you use your quirk, you're going to just destroy your arm. What kind of quirk is that? You know? So in order to basically kind of find a halfway point between using One for All at 100% and not using it at all, Midoriya basically figured out that at the exact last point of contact with the ball, he channeled One for All only into his finger and sent the ball flying. And it worked. He passed. So, yay. This is where I say no spoilers in the comments whatsoever. Let's just not. And with that being said, let's get right into this episode of My Hero Academia. Here we go.
This quirk is very odd.
Yeah.
It wasn't a very pretty throw.
Oh, yeah, this is not going over well with Bakugo.
I'm getting to the bottom of this.
Shit.
Hey!
He's pissed.
Deku, you bastard! Tell me how you did that or you're dead!
Yeah, fuck you. Get out of here.
Because it's a capture weapon made out of carbon fiber and a special metal alloy.
Whoa.
The person ranked last is gonna be expelled. And the only test I was any good at was the softball throw.
Yeah, that is still a
Can I
risk.
squeak by on that score alone?
I think you'll be
I
fine.
bombed the rest of the challenges.
There it is. 20.
I'm in last place.
Shit.
I failed.
And I was lying. No one's going home.
Oh, you fucking asshole.
Surprised the rest of you didn't figure that out. Sorry, I guess I probably should have said something.
Fucking damn it, Kefla.
That was pretty nerve-wracking, huh? Nah, I'm always down for a challenge.
That makes sense, though.
That's it. We're done for the day.
He's the tough love teacher, which is interesting about him.
Tomorrow morning.
You were planning to send last place home,
But why'd you keep
so
Midoriya?
that can only mean you see the same kind of potential in young Midoriya that I do.
What is this about? It almost sounds like you've been in his corner the whole time. Isn't it a little early for you to be playing favorites?
My quirk stimulates your ability to heal, but healing takes energy. It's not my fault. That's just how the body works. Get too
Wait,
many
this
big
didn't-
injuries, your stamina will be shot, and you'll die instead of healing. So be careful.
You mean this could kill me? He's just really serious about school.
Yeah.
Hey! Wait up, you two!
Yay.
Going to the station.
Oh my gosh.
I'll get
Friends.
you guys. During the fitness test, he said,
Deku, you bastard!
right?
Oh, well,
Yeah.
My name's actually Izuku. Deku's what Kachan calls me to make fun of me.
That sounds
Yeah.
sportsmanlike.
Oh, I didn't
Well, he's a
realize
fucking
that.
asshole.
I'm sorry.
No, it's
You know
okay.
what? I like Deku. It could make a great hero name. Plus, I think it sounds kind of cute.
Deku it is!
What
All
are you
right.
saying?
There are normal core classes like English. They meet in the mornings.
Okay.
Now, everybody look alive! Grammar rules!
The relative pronoun's wrong in the last one.
I like that he's the English teacher.
We eat lunch in the
Who's freaking Kefla? I need to know her.
tasty stuff on the cheap.
I am here! Coming to the door like a hero!
Hey, he's actually in his suit.
It's really almost
Today's lesson will pull no punches!
Oh, shit.
fight training.
Oh,
Combat?
great.
But one of the keys of being a hero is looking good! These were designed for you based on your quirk registration forms and the requests you
Suits!
sent in before school
Yes.
started.
Oh, shit.
Take this to
Everyone has new suits.
heart. You are all. Heroes in training.
Oh, sweet.
Before we enrolled at UA High, we submitted our quirk registration forms, which included physical measurements and any desired costume designs, to an
Right.
exclusive clothing company designated by the school. With all that info, they created state-of-the-art costumes for us.
Oh, okay. Midoriya, what does yours look like?
Well, there are plenty of cases where people discover that their quirks aren't exactly what they thought they were at first. You're allowed to revise your forms once or twice when you understand your powers better.
Interesting.
Normally, they won't let you change it too much, but if you had none before, I'm sure they'll want you to update things.
Yeah.
March in there and tell us what you want to do.
Crap, I hung up on All Might! I'll have to apologize later.
Man, just text him.
I guess I might have jumped the gun a little bit.
Yeah, maybe.
I brought you food earlier, but you dozed off, and I maybe happened to peek at your notebook.
Seriously?
Cool, like All Might. What is it? Okay.
This is it. My hero costume.
Hey, Deku!
Uraraka!
Love your costume.
Tuh.
Not too flashy, you know? I should have been more specific about what I wanted.
Tuh.
This bodysuit is skin tight. Not really my style.
Oh my gosh.
I love this school.
Oh. Well.
You're so obvious.
I mean, he just looked like a smiling rabbit. It's not exactly evident.
Do we need to worry about the losers getting expelled like earlier?
Will you be splitting us up based on chance or comparative skill? Isn't this Cape
Hold up.
I wasn't finished talking.
This is interesting. He has to be frustrated, but still in that
The
state.
villains have hidden a nuclear missile somewhere in their hideout.
Jesus.
The heroes must try to foil their plans. Let's draw.
All right. Hey, that's thank God. Ooh, I'm liking Kefla girl. Whose hands? The two little hands there.
We're a team!
These guys. Team A will be the heroes. Team D will be the villains.
Uh-oh.
Everyone else can head to the
Ooh.
monitoring room to watch.
Yes, sir.
All right. You can do it. Yeah.
Bad guys, you can go on in and get set up. In 5 minutes, the good guys will be let loose and the battle will start.
5 minutes. That's how long you have. You need to tone down the DBZ references.
Bakugo.
So it's a fated battle between rivals.
Oh, not that I'm trying to get you wrapped up in my fight or anything.
Are you kidding? We're a team, right? Let's win this!
Yes! Fuck him up! I mean, Midoriya does kind of know what he's doing. He's been studying heroes for so long.
We'll just have to win with Uraraka's zero gravity. And whatever I can do without a quirk.
I mean, you have some strength. After all that training. Just don't use one for all.
I can do this.
Yes. Believe in you. Dodge!
Uraraka, you okay?
Shit, did half of his mask come off?
Deku!
I want to hurt you so bad they'll have to stop the fight! Just close!
Oh my gosh.
Wow! Look at those moves!
Yes!
Impossible!
You trained for this!
How'd he know? You always use a big red hook
No,
to
don't
start
build
a
up to the
fight.
cliffhanger.
I know, because I've watched you for years.
Tuh.
You can call me Deku, but I'm not the same helpless, defenseless
Yes.
kid anymore. You hear me? I've changed! From now on, Deku is the name of a hero!
Yes!
You're shaking in your boots, you're so scared.
It's not a bad thing.
But you want to fight me anyway. That's why I hate you!
That's it. Shit. Oh, it's not auto anymore. I turned off autoplay. Hooray. Fuck. Okay. I need to let the credits play, but oh my gosh. Fucking Bakugo. Such a fucking asshole. I hate. Oh well. Okay, even studied him. That's pretty crazy, I gotta say. I need to let this play. Once again, I must say, I am so enraptured in this story. It is incredible. I really hate Bakugo. He's such an asshole. I wonder if they're gonna redeem him. Like, I mean, no one technically, if you really think about like anime and stuff like that, almost no one is exempt from redemption. Because okay, to liken it back again to Dragon Ball, Vegeta was redeemed. Piccolo, Tien, they were redeemed. Frieza wasn't. So that's the question is Bakugo on the level of Frieza, or is it more just Vegeta? That is the question. That's the question. We'll have to find out. But right now, it's a full-on fight. It is a fight next time. Oh, man. Oh, it's one of those things where it's like, I wish these episodes were longer. You know? I wish these episodes were longer, but oh, man. But what they pack in is really amazing. I will say this one was kind of this one very much felt like an in-between episode, I will say. Like, all the other ones have been pretty packed. Like, you know, when they showed the flashback to the first episode, and it's like, oh, there's that first villain that we saw where all the heroes were fighting him. You know, the big man-shark guy. Or, oh, there's friggin' All Might doing the Texas Smash against the goo monster. It's like, you know, that's back in episode 1. That feels like it was so long ago. Because so much has happened in 6 episodes. Now, granted, for me, watching this, that was 6 weeks ago that I watched that, you know? That was 6 weeks ago. But, man, it's just like time really flies with this show. But I love, they pack so much into 25 minutes. It's amazing. But yeah, this was the first one where it's like, it did kind of feel like, yeah, okay, here's how I will say it. It felt like the first half of this was the latter portion of the last episode, and then the second half of this episode was sort of the beginning portion of the next episode, if that makes any sense. Like, if these were like, you know, 44-minute episodes, then that's kind of where I would probably put those, is that, yeah, the first half would have been, you know, the resolution of what happened last episode, and then the second half would have been the setup of the next episode. So, when you put, you know, just resolution and setup together, does it quite make an amazing episode? Well, it depends, I suppose. Was this episode amazing? Yes, it was. But it did definitely feel like we need to connect, basically. We need to connect Midoriya in Aizawa's training to Midoriya facing Kacchan in All Might's class, basically. That's what this episode felt like, which is fine. That's totally fine. They can, you know, take an episode to do that, and they needed to take time to do that. You know, obviously we needed to take some time to scooch over into this next part of our story, but yeah. But yeah, that's what I'll say about this episode. Is that bad? No. It is not bad. This is still amazing, and there are still so many moments where I'm like, yes, I love this. So, yeah. That's what I'll say. I guess you can make of that what you will. So let's go ahead and go into the notes. The first thing I wrote down was the scarf. Okay, what did Aizawa say about his scarf? There was something specific he said. I'm going to turn the subtitles on. I'm tempted to turn subtitles on during my reactions now. And just like keep them, because most of the things I watch are on Amazon Prime. So if I like keep them small and like, you know, very small in the bottom of the screen, I'm tempted. I might think about that, because there is some stuff I miss in these reactions which subtitles would help. The only thing is, you know, I know there are other reactors that use subtitles, but they don't show the subtitles in their actual video. I think I do my videos differently. I record each episode, basically. I record each episode, so if I turn the subtitles on, you will see the subtitles. That's why occasionally you see, like my you'll see like the video player on Amazon, or you'll see my mouse cursor and stuff like that, because that's just how I choose to record these videos. But maybe I'll turn subtitles on, maybe. The only show I would not be able to do that is Death Note, actually, because Death Note, the subtitles are not correct, actually, because they're not the subtitles of the English dub, they're the subtitles of the Japanese version in English. So, okay, let me look at this real quick.
It wasn't a very pretty throw. What the hell was that?
Yeah.
If you had a quirk, you would have gotten it when we were kids. This is impossible.
This was what I was waiting for. Which they didn't show that, during the entrance exam. They kind of just brushed over, like, oh, he didn't see what happened. So I understand, it's like, okay, well, shouldn't he have seen it? That was kind of a big deal when it happened. But I understand, saving it for here when you have time to actually go into it a bit more. So. Yeah.
I'm getting to the bottom of this.
Yeah, and then he just goes ballistic.
Deku, you bastard! Tell me how you did that or you're dead!
Yeah, and then the scarf.
What? Why the hell is your damn scarf so strong? Because it's a capture weapon made out of carbon fiber and a special metal alloy.
Okay, it's a capture weapon. Because I was wondering, like, is his scarf part of his powers? But it shouldn't be. So, I'm going to write that down in case I need to look at that later. Capture weapon, okay. That's interesting. So, okay, so this is entirely new for the show. Is an actual, like, weapon. We haven't seen weapons yet. I don't think, have we? No. Everyone has just had quirks. But they specifically said, last episode that Aizawa's quirk, is taking away a person's quirk. So it's like, okay, well, why does that affect his scarf? But this is actually very interesting. So he has a capture weapon. His scarf is a capture weapon made out of carbon fiber and a special metal alloy, which is strong enough to restrain people, basically. And it works to his will, basically. So that's very interesting, having that in there. This weapon, because that does add a whole new layer. Because I said at the beginning of the show, it's like, well, you don't need a quirk, you don't need a power to be a hero. You can Batman it, or Green Arrow it, or Iron Man it. You just get yourself something fancy, some fancy weapon that puts you in league with the other heroes. But they ended up not going that route for Midoriya, and decided to go with giving him All Might's quirk, which is good. I actually do kind of like it. But this is the first time we actually saw. So this does put him basically this puts Aizawa kind of in league with All Might, Like, now, who would be stronger? Could this, scarf restrain All Might? Maybe not, because, kind of his quirk is, one for all and stuff. But it puts someone who just has a quirk of, well, I can take away your quirks. Well, he's got to do a lot more then in order to take down one of his enemies. So I like that. I like putting in the scarf as a capture weapon. So that's pretty cool. Alright. No one was expelled. That's interesting. We kind of said this last episode too, that, Aizawa was definitely like giving a tough love sort of method of teaching. It's like, does he want Midoriya to succeed? Yes, he does, but he's going to be tough about this, He's not going to sugarcoat things or, dance around topics and stuff like that. It's like, no, he's going to go all out, and that's why he's like, oh, well, why don't you just use your useless quirk? You're just going to shatter your arm, and then what? You're only a liability in battle, basically. So that's the thing. But that inspired Midoriya to, do the finger thing instead of just sort of accepting or failing or, actually shattering his arm. It got Midoriya to think more creatively with One for All, basically. So that's the thing, is Aizawa immediately is shown as a sort of tough love teacher. And that was basically why he says, like, okay, well, whoever scores the lowest, you're getting expelled. But he ended up not expelling anyone. Most likely because he probably sees the potential in all of them. When your worst person is Midoriya and you still see potential in them, then you have a pretty good class. But that's the thing, is even All Might was like, this isn't like you. You do actually... Because that's the thing, it's not just, you just said that, to inspire them to actually do well. But no, he didn't do that. That's the thing. He didn't do it because of that. Because he does expel people if he doesn't think they're good enough. All Might said, you once expelled an entire class. So, yeah. So it's tough love, but he also, wants to... there needs to be some sort of potential there, basically. Oh my god, I'm tired. Sorry, it's the end of the day. Because of classes and scheduling and everything, the only time I get to record, actually both of my anime reactions, both MHA and Death Note, I record sort of in the evening, like after dinner, so I'm kind of tired. And of course, with this series, I'm yelling about stuff and getting so excited that, somewhere in the discussion, I sort of start running low on energy. I'm like, oh man, I need to kind of wrap this up, but we still got a long way to go. We still got some stuff to talk about in this discussion. Okay, battle suits. First off, we got to see a bit more of UA. We saw they have normal core classes, which makes sense. I like the radio guy is the English teacher. I think that's really funny. Can we take a minute to talk about Kefla Girl? The girl that looks like Kefla from Dragon Ball Super? Maybe I can find her in the intro. And... I'm going to go look for her. Because they have names here. They have names in the opening, and I've never used them. Yeah, there's Ochako. They go out of their way to make Ochako cute. And it works. And it definitely works on Midoriya. So close. Alright, hang on. God, they go up so fast. I just want a name. Okay. Momo Yorozu. Huh. Okay. Okay. She's already leaving an impression. First off, yes, she looks like Kefla from Dragon Ball Super. And yes, I keep referencing Dragon Ball. I'm going to try to stop that for a little while. I'm going to try to tone it down on the Dragon Ball references in these videos. Damn, that outfit. Anyway, excuse me. So yes. So that already caught my attention. That she looks like Kefla. And then, she had that thing where she basically figured out that Aizawa wasn't going to expel anyone. And was like, oh, sorry, I figured you guys would have figured that out. Sorry, I should have told you. And then, later in the English class, she's the only one that knows the answers. I don't know why that catches my eye. Maybe it's because she already catches my eye because her design is interesting. Because she looks like Kefla. But yeah. Maybe that's why, but I don't know. I'm curious about her. And yes, we'll go ahead and say it. Her suit is fucking hot, but that's not the point. It's not the point. We're not here to be attracted by really hot anime girls, even though it's how they're drawn. Oh, I did it again. Okay. I mean, whatever. I can try to rationalize it till the sun explodes. This is still going to be weird. Have I been out of focus? What the hell? Hold on. I just looked over at the camera and it looks like I'm out of focus. That's not good. Why am I out of focus? Oh, was it the sprite? Was it because this entire discussion has gone off the rails. Whatever. Battle suits. Everyone got a battle suit, which is cool. Which is what they show in the intro anyway. Let me look at this. Let me look at their suits. Their suits are so fucking cool. Oh, man. It's interesting. I mean, all their suits well, I was going to say their suits are, sort of tailored to their powers, but honestly, they kind of don't. Like, okay, crotch laser is, the knight in shining armor, I guess. But then, well, I was going to say Therrien is, but he's more... Therrien, I guess he does look more like a car, because that's his thing. Deku, Midoriya... just looks like a crazy fucking bunny rabbit. Especially with his eyes being so big. I guess Ochako's... I guess because, she has gravity power, so it kind of looks like a spacesuit. I guess that kind of makes sense. Bakugo's makes the most sense. Because he's got the grenades, basically. And, he's got the flame coming off of him. And then there's Momo, not Kefla. Momo? I don't know. I don't remember what her last name was. God damn, the animator went out of their way. Whoever the artist is on this show, they went out of their way to really, expose her. God damn, man. Look, I know this is fucking anime, but Jesus Christ. Oh my god, you're making Bulma look conservative in her dresses. Damn it, I referenced Dragon Ball again. Anyway, they all got battle suits, they all look cool. Deku's a little... Deku's is weird. I might start calling him Deku, I don't know. I didn't know Deku was, gonna be his hero name. I knew that was a name for him. And it's it's his insult. Oh, okay. I guess it's the same thing as, Deku and Kachan. But now he's taking Deku and making it into something new. So, which is pretty cool. So yeah, Deku is now his hero name, which is interesting. What exactly was Deku supposed to mean as an insult? There's something that may be lost in translation on me. Maybe you guys can tell me in the comments. How was, he called him Deku as an insult, but I don't really know how that works, but I don't know. I like the similarities when All Might immediately figures out that, with the 2 ears, which I guess you could say is hair. I don't know. He looks like a fucking green rabbit, dude. But it is, I guess if you kind of look at it, it's it's hair, All Might's, hair that sticks up. And he's definitely got the big grin. It's yeah, this is clearly supposed to be a take on All Might. Although no one else really noticed that except him. But yeah, I feel I don't know. I feel the smile I definitely understand. The ears, I don't know. He looks too much like a bunny, though. He looks like a fucking crazy-ass Bugs Bunny. Yeah, I don't know. It's interesting, though. And of course, immediately, half of his face gets blown off. Half of his mask gets blown off by friggin' Kachan. Fucking... Yeah. I don't even think Momo's wearing a skirt. I think it's just like a one piece and then belts that go as skirts. Whoever designed her they were really having fun on that day, I have to say. I don't know who designed her, but man, they just kind of went all out with her. They probably wanted to do that with Ochako too. Maybe they didn't. Maybe I'm assuming things. I mean, they keep like doing the friggin'... They keep doing the body shots of Ochako. But that's mostly when like Deku is like crushing out. So, I don't know. A versus B, it's A versus D, excuse me. Team A and Team D. So, I do like that, for this combat test, it is Deku and Ochako in one team. It's like, yay, they get to be more friends. Because technically, hey, Deku does kind of have two friends. He has Tenya and he has Ochako. So, that's pretty cool. And so, it's good that, they ended up on the same team. Of course, and luckily, Deku is not really being distracted by, impressing the cute girl. Like, he kind of thought about that, but then immediately when they get in there, it's like, okay, that is dropped. We have more serious shit to do. And then, going against Team D, which is Tenya and Bakugo. My fucking chair, I'm sorry about that. This fucking old-ass chair I've been sitting on for so long. Anyway, so yeah, Tenya and Bakugo, who are pretty fucking skilled. Especially Tenya, because like he's super smart and stuff. But Bakugo is just incredibly dangerous, and especially with Deku. So yeah, but I do like that they bring in Midoriya knows what he's doing technically. He's studied all the great heroes and all the great villains, including Bakugo. I like that he said that too. It's like, I've been studying you too. All the great heroes, even you. So he knows what he's doing. He knows how to fight him. And then the last thing I wrote down was scared. That Bakugo, he just hates Midoriya for some fucking reason. Even before they got a quirk, he really didn't like him, I guess. Or he thought less of him, basically. But yeah, him saying it's like, oh, you're standing there completely scared, but you're still willing to fight. And it's like, it's not bad to be scared, It's not, what was I watching? There was something where it's like, I don't know, there's a lot of times, I guess, in, media and fiction where it's like, are you scared? Yeah. Good. If you weren't, you'd be insane. So, I mean, I can't think of a specific example, but take my word for it. I'm looking at the time. I still would like to relax this evening, but we're still going. I'm still committed. The fuck else? Scared. I'm sorry. So yeah, the whole scared thing is like, you're scared, but you still want to face me, and because for Bakugo, who basically views Deku as less than human almost, like that wasn't really the case like before they got their quirks. He was just kind of a show off and a jackass about stuff, but then it's like once he got a quirk and Midoriya didn't, then he just fully hated him. And now that Midoriya has the chance to kind of show him up, he really is so pissed, and he's like, that's why I hate you. It's like, man, fuck off. That is one of those things where it's like that's one of those things where it's like they might go into the anime redemption arc, but maybe, I don't know. It would take a while, but it took Vegeta a while. It took Piccolo a while. For both of those, it was because there was a greater enemy that they had to deal with. That's what it was. That's how they got redeemed. For Piccolo, it was the Saiyans. For Vegeta, it was Frieza. And even then, after Frieza, it's like he's not fully redeemed. He's just kind of not trying to kill us right now. And then after the androids and Cell, it's like, oh, okay, he's good now. We're fine. So maybe a while before Bakugo is ever redeemed, but for right now, we're getting a fucking fight. The two of them are fighting. And Ochako needs to go figure out how to take on Tenya, basically. And it is also interesting, you know, Midoriya being like, okay, I can't use one for all, basically. You know, I can't really use one for all that much, or else my body's going to be shattered. And he doesn't want his body to be shattered anymore, you know. Even just going for, to get his finger healed, he still doesn't like that. He's like, oh, I need to get better at this, to where I don't shatter myself. I don't have to always go back to Recovery Girl. So, but he still has strength, because he spent 10 months training with All Might. So he does still have some natural strength to him, which is good. You know, dude's fucking ripped. He's short, he's scrawny, but he is ripped scrawny. So, yeah. So I like just immediately just flipping him the fuck over. That was awesome. And yeah, we'll have to see where we go next time. We'll see how the fight progresses. But yeah. That is basically it, though. With all that being said, I'm Alex from 7th Hour Films, and I will see you guys next time. Take care. Alright guys, thanks for watching this video. If you want to watch more of my My Hero Academia reactions, you can click on the playlist. You can subscribe if you haven't done that already, and be sure you hit that notification bell. You can support me on Patreon and follow me on social media, links below in the description. See you guys later.